Campfires. Campfires are one of the best things about camping. I love campfires. I love everything about them. I love making them. I love the smell of wood smoke. I love s'mores. I love how as the evening kind of burns down and the fire burns down, conversation gets low and you stare into the embers and start kicking around the mysteries of the universe. I love all of that, and you probably do too. But here's the deal. Sometimes you're camping in a place where there isn't a fire ring, or maybe you're in a public campground and you're just not digging the fire ring in your site. Or I don't know, maybe you want to have a campfire in your backyard and it's just not set up for that. So for all these scenarios, what you're going to want to get is a portable fire pit. We've been testing a bunch of them for the last 4 or 5 months. We started with a long list and then we narrowed it down. And from that, we picked the 4 that we think are the absolute best. This one over here is fantastic for cooking. This guy, still in its carrying case, is a great all around. This one is so sturdy and well built and beautiful that you may end up handing it down to your grandchildren. And that little one over there is so cute and light and compact and small that you could take it backpacking or bike packing. Each one of them is fantastic in its own way. Let's take a closer look at them now. This is the BioLite Fire Pit. It costs 250 bucks. It weighs about 20 pounds, not too bad. It's about 27 inches from end to end, and it sets up super easily. You just flip the legs up like so. And then, what separates the BioLite from every other fire pit is this. It's a battery-operated, USB rechargeable fan unit. So when you turn it on, air comes out through this, goes in through this port right here, and blows air across your fuel, whether it's wood or briquettes, through 51 air vent holes on the inside. So why would you care about that? I mean, it's cool, but what does it really matter? Because it gives you incredible control over your flames and the intensity of the heat, which is great when you're having a campfire, but it is amazing when you're cooking. So imagine that you come back to camp and you're really hungry and you want to just get your fire rocking. You put your wood in or your briquettes, you turn it on high, boom, in just a couple minutes you're ready to cook. Then you dial it back down to medium or low. On low, it will run about 24 hours. Medium is about 10. High is about 5. We found that we used it on high at the beginning. We wanted to get the fire going. If we put a log in there, it maybe needed a little bit of jump start. And then at the end of the night when we wanted to burn all the fuel down before we went to bed. Now, your cooking surface is this grill right here. It has tabs at this end that will slot in. And so if you want to add wood or more briquettes, slide it open, put it in like so. It takes your standard 16-inch wood that you would buy anywhere in America at a general store or market. BioLite does make a stove that will create electricity through burning twigs and other biomass. This is not it. This unit solely exists to push air through these vent holes. It does have a port where you can charge your phone and camera, which is cool, but it doesn't create electricity. Second, BioLite says that because of this airflow, the fire pit is smokeless. It's not smokeless. It definitely reduces it, which is great, but where there's fire, there's smoke, and that's just reality. The cooking surface is not adjustable. That doesn't matter in the slightest because your flames are so adjustable. The heat, the intensity, how fast you're burning it, it doesn't matter whether this goes up or down because you can do so much adjustment with that. And then finally, BioLite stresses that you should never, ever put out your fire in this with water. And the reason is it will rust. So if you have a BioLite fire pit or you're getting one, make sure you keep it inside or well protected in a shed. By far our favorite to cook on, that is the BioLite Fire Pit. This is the Primus Kamoto open fire pit. It costs $160. For that, you get everything that you see here. It weighs 21 pounds, which is fine and easy to carry. It comes in this carrying case, which is really nice to have. And it is super fast and easy to set up. That's your cooking grill. This is the base plate that your fuel will go on. A couple lightweight wind panels. And it sets up like that. That is it. You're ready to spark up your fire. There's a couple tabs that will hold the legs in place right here. These are the wind panels, which you can use or not use. In practice, I tended to use one. and then I would add fuel to the fire through the other side. As you can see, it's got a lot of use. It's a Goldilocks unit. For $160 to have everything to cook, to have fires in the backyard, it's amazing. The grill goes on like this, nothing fancy, just really simple. It is not height adjustable, so if you want to control the heat intensity, you're gonna have to do that through fire management. And then the last thing about the Primus, probably because I live in the Southwest where I think conditions are dry so much of the time, I'm really super cautious about embers. Embers will fall through this. They'll fall down through these little holes right here, these vent holes, onto the base plate. Now that's why you have the base plate, right? It's supposed to catch sparks and embers and coals. But you just need to be aware if it's breezy or it's windy and something does drop down there, you just want to pay attention to it. That's it. The Primus Kamoto Open Fire Pit, 160 bucks. This is the Snow Peak Takibi Fire and Grill. Takibi means fire in Japanese, where Snow Peak is from. And the company has a whole line of cooking related stuff called Takibi, and also has some apparel, including fire resistant and fire retardant. The Fire and Grill is the set. It comes with everything that you see here. It's $320. The set weighs 32 pounds, although the fire pit alone only weighs 11. It comes with this carrying bag made of pretty heavy duty canvas. When I first looked at it, I thought it might be awkward to carry just because I was like, oh, where's the symmetry? It's actually not. It carries really, really well. The first thing that people who have this grill will probably tell you is that it's heavy. At 32 pounds for the whole thing, yeah, it's kind of heavy, but the pit is only 11 pounds, and it's not like you're gonna take it bike packing. It's gonna be for car camping or for backyard grilling or something like that. So it's just, for me, it was just not an issue at all. I actually love how sturdy, heavy, well built it is. It really does feel like something that you would pass on to your grandkids, a kind of heirloom fire pit if there is such a thing. So this is your cooking surface. This is the support for the cooking surface. Here's the fire pit itself. And here's the base plate. That's it. Despite the crash, it always reminds me a little bit of butterfly wings, the way it kind of folds open. It does not have quite as many vent holes as some of the other fire pits, but you'll see right through here, there's good venting along here, 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 holes on each side, and down in the center at the bottom. Once you have your fire going and you want to cook, you put the bridge on. It has 3 separate heights for adjustability, like so. You want to lower it like that, and then you can put it right above the flames like that. And your grill goes on, slots in there, really simple. It's 18 by 18 inches. It's very sturdy. Did not worry at all about anything rolling off or falling off. As with the others, this one's seen a lot of use already. One of the things that really kind of almost charmed me, delighted me about the Takibi, is that when you sit across from one of these panels, you can feel the heat radiating toward you. I talked to a few people that said that they felt like it didn't actually generate that much heat. I had the opposite. I felt like the metal panel sitting directly across from it, you could just feel that radiation. If that was too hot, you could just slide over to one of the corners and sit there. I love this fire pit. I just found it to be beautifully designed, modern and elegant, and it feels like something that you would have for a long, long time. This is the Wolf Grizzly Campfire Trio. This is it, right here. The whole thing, the whole kit and caboodle, 5 pounds. This is they call it the fire safe. This is where you build your fire. This is how you cook your fire. I have just been so completely enchanted by this from the very first time I saw it, because it's so clever and it's so cool and it's such a great idea, well executed. The whole unit, the whole package is 180 bucks for everything. This is a size large. It comes in 3 sizes, also small and medium. If you just get the fire safe, it is 80 bucks. There are 2 parts to it. There is a frame on which your fuel base goes, and sometimes when I do this, I nail it like it was buttered, and then sometimes I'm here all day wrestling with it. It's not very complicated. I just like to make things that way. There, that was one of the good ones. It's 13 by 13. It is beautifully machined. I tend to be a super minimalist backpacker, but this is something that I would absolutely consider taking with me, or bike packing maybe. It's really, really cool. This by itself is called the Fire Safe. Now, the cooking elements, there's 2 of these also. This is the grill, which we'll unroll in a second. And here's your support for the grill. So it sits over like that. This is called the Grill M1, is Wolf and Grizzly's name for it. This little plate right here just serves to support it a little bit better. These cables are made of aircraft grade stainless steel, and they drop into notches at the corner of the support. And then you push down like that to take up the slack. It makes for a really solid base for food. Again, my expectations were, how can something this small and this light and this clever actually really be functional? But it is really nicely. It hardly flexes at all. There are 3 heights. You use these tabs on the end of the cable so you can lift it a little bit higher, or you can put it right down right above the flames. Or you could even, like if you could find some fairly uniform rocks, you could lift it a little bit higher if you want to do it like that. Yeah, the Wolf and Grizzly, I probably have said I'm enchanted with it several times so far. I am. I think it's an amazing product. My hat is really off to the guys at Wolf, to the folks at Wolf and Grizzly, because I think they crushed it with this one.